What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Screen Fiend. I'm Pam. We are watching another episode of Bridgerton. This is episode 5 of season 2, where we left off last episode. Anthony proposing to Edwina, Kate looking devastated, everybody surprised, but throughout the episode we got Anthony and Kate trying their best to stay away from each other, but fate just kept bringing them back. You can tell that they really are finally understanding their feelings for one another, but because of Edwina and because Anthony has this goal that he wants to achieve, it is preventing them, from coming together. And of course, when they almost kissed in the library, Daphne saw them and she told him to sort out his feelings. And when they were dancing at the party, Lady Danbury could see the attraction between the two. And she told Kate later on in the evening that you need to sort your feelings out as well. So enough talking. Let's get into this episode because y'all, this past Thursday, they just released the last 4 episodes of season 3. And I really want to see what's going on between Colin and Penn. I'm so excited because we're going to wrap this up quickly, okay? But anyway, let's get into the episode. Oh, somebody having a hot dream. Ooh, child, she is hot for Anthony. Uh-oh. Oh.
Michelle.
Oh.
Tell me of your wedding plan. There is no talk of a special license, I would hope.
Of course not, Your Majesty.
I believe a modest family affair would be most fitting. Perhaps back in the country, at Aubrey Hall.
In the country? No, that will not do. You must have it here, in town. In fact, I shall host the nuptials myself.
Oh, God. Queen Charlotte. Oh, my God. This is gonna be rough.
It is like a fairy tale come true.
You deserve nothing less, Bon.
Nothing less for a true love match.
My apologies, Your Majesty.
Ooh, child.
You, Lord Featherington, was supposed to restore our fortunes, and yet here I am, unable to scratch together sixpence yet again.
Well, that was your fault. You tried to interfere.
Lady Featherington.
Thank
If
you.
you hadn't forced me into this ill-starred engagement, we would soon be living comfortably on Miss Cowper's ample dowry.
Thank you.
Blame me for taking you at your word when you spoke of your great fortune in rubies. Had you thought to confide your plans, then I would not be considering dismissing the servants that I have just rehired.
All of that would be solved if you would simply call off the wedding and allow me to set my cap at Miss Cowper again.
Yay, Benedict! He's in school.
You must be one of our new fellows.
Is it really so evident?
Conserve that youthful vigor. Soon you shall be just as jaded as the rest of us. After all, one form is much like another. Do you not think?
I want pricky boobs.
It's not yet right. See how the cuffs are an inch too short?
Very well, sir.
There is plenty of time to adjust it to your liking. The wedding is not for another month.
Oh, wow.
Will Miss Edwina be coming to live with us?
Indeed. After the wedding, she shall be the lady of the house and responsible for you all.
May the Lord help her.
Like she fed up with them.
And the horse's manes braided, and we should bring out the finest silver. We might be hosting everything at the palace, but we must still be ready to entertain here.
I shall need your help today. There is the dinner to plan with Lady Danbury to welcome the Charmers into the family, and then the engagement ball next week.
I am sorry, Mama, but I am attending a lecture this afternoon. Flower arranging. Penelope's Mama is forcing her to go, and you've wanted me to find more ladylike pursuits.
She lying.
For how long have you cared about flower arranging?
I'm an open-minded woman. I can care about many things.
She's so full of it.
I do wonder about the trim. Is it too much?
Oh, nothing is too much now that the Queen is hosting.
Let me show you the French tulle. We must find you a dress too.
Oh, I have plenty of dresses.
This one must be special. After all, this wedding is as much your triumph as mine. Whatever you said to the Viscount at Aubrey Hall, Phoebe, it clearly swayed him to declare himself.
I cannot claim credit.
I shall bestow it all the same. It will be so exciting living in London. The Viscount said there might even be snow this winter.
Lord have
That'd be
mercy.
exciting.
Ugh, no it's
You
not.
must enjoy it without me, Bon. Recall, I am to set sail soon after you wed.
Oh, but you will return to visit, of course. And when the Viscount and I are blessed with children, you shall be their favourite aunt. Think of us all together as a family.
Thank you, Clara. That will be all.
Wonder what she bought. The jewel tones on her are just exceptionally beautiful.
Miss Sharma.
Lord Bridgerton and his guest are waiting.
I see that. Thank you.
This is the jeweler. We're here to have Miss Edwina's betrothal ring altered to fit.
My apologies, but my sister and my mother have not yet returned home.
Of course. Then we shall trouble you no further.
Just they just in the air just forces them together. Even though they try to stay away from one another.
It is fine weather we're having, Miss Sharma, is it not?
You wish to speak to me of the weather?
Thank you.
Is there another topic of conversation that would be more appropriate?
There is nothing appropriate about what you are doing proceeding with this engagement.
On the contrary, I believe it is the most proper outcome for all.
Oh, and what of everything that passed between us at Aubrey Hall?
Y'all not in a room by yourselves.
Nothing passed between us.
I say, Miss Sharma.
That's hurtful.
Do you and your sister happen to share gloves?
Yes, on occasion.
I knew it. I can take the measure of a hand at 20 paces. We may use your finger to size the ring.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
That shan't be necessary.
Nonsense.
See?
It is a beautiful piece.
It is the ring my father gave to my mother before they were wed.
Here you all are. I have news.
She good for using that cane, cause
Lord
whoo,
and
child.
Lady Sheffield sent word they are in London.
Our grandparents.
Indeed, it seems they read the engagement announcement and wish to make your acquaintance and that of your future husband, of course.
I should be delighted to meet them.
They are already in town.
They arrived last night.
Something
Oh
wrong?
yeah, her sister doesn't know.
I shall invite them to the engagement dinner tomorrow. I'm sure it will be a most joyous reunion after all these years.
How could you invite the Sheffields to dinner when you know full well the pain my mother has suffered after their rejection of her?
Indeed, which is why I shall not answer their impoliteness with my own. And besides, is this not the reconciliation you wished for? Edwina returned to the bosom of the Sheffield family to reclaim the fortune you so desperately need?
Yes, but not until after the wedding. Edwina is still in the dark about the conditions of their favor, and if the Bridgertons were to learn of it, they might feel...
As if you contrived a match for your own concealed ends and might call off the wedding?
So tell him the truth. Come on.
They are betrothed.
Love.
The Viscount made a charming proposal. Your sister gave her giddy acceptance. And in the eyes of society, and might I add the Queen of England herself, they are as good as wed. Only a fool would jeopardize their marriage now. So I ask you, Miss Sharma, are you that fool?
No.
What a handsome couple they make.
You don't like it at all.
Mr. Dorset and my sister. I noticed that he was quite smitten with her the last time they met.
She barely knows the gentleman.
Nor did I you, at first. But
Look at his
love
mother.
moves swiftly.
His mother's on it.
Edwina, you must tell me your favorite colors so I may plan to incorporate them in the ornamentation for your engagement ball.
Doesn't look like a place for shopping to me.
I'm collecting a unique gift for my brother's wedding, miss.
Come on, Elle.
Now, if I may be permitted to continue, I should like to propose to this assembly the radical idea that it is not best for women to rely for their education on what falls to them by chance from their husbands and brothers.
You.
Me?
I told you I don't know anything about whistledown gossip.
Oh, that's that guy.
Ah, I
I
see
can barely
today.
see him.
For the exchange of ideas with like-minded men and women on subjects beyond the trivial concerns of polite society, ideas that you yourself invited me to consider.
So you're an admirer of my work?
It will be most fulfilling. Enjoying an independent life, running my own
Why is
household.
the screen so dark?
And perhaps playing host to old friends. I've long thought to return to India myself, since there is much to be learned from their medical practice.
True.
Your travels do lead you there. Then I would be most happy to show you the places I know.
I see you are smiling, Didi. See the amusements London has to offer.
There's what to do in India. My sister spares no opportunity to find reasons for me to stay.
I may well join her in her endeavors. Pardon me.
Who is that? Anthony, come on.
Michonne.
You're not even trying to hide it. Come on, dude. Oh my God. Rewind, because I didn't see that. Was that the dog? It was the dog? I knew it.
Refreshing indeed.
Ooh.
Come now, it is not proper to stare.
Oh, who cares? Ooh, she saw her sister. Where you been?
What are you doing here?
I thought we were to walk, as we usually do.
My apologies, I'd quite forgotten.
Oh, well, Hubit's quite busy in the lake yesterday.
Brothers impromptu swimming, yes, I heard all about it.
Where were you?
Alas, I was forced to occupy my day with tedious wedding errands, which Mamma has listed me for yet again. I'm sorry, Pen, but I cannot stroll with you today.
I shall see you tomorrow then.
Of course.
Now she lying to Pen instead of just telling Pen the truth. You know she's similar to you. Why lie? Doesn't make sense.
What's he doing?
Ah, Lord Featherington. Mr. Brooks here is just taking a look at some jewelry for me. It is a fine piece, is it not?
Indeed.
This is not a good time.
Ooh.
You should return at another date.
Nonsense, he's here now.
Ooh, it's
and it's
fake.
no trouble, is it?
It's fake. Cause that guy has like a It's fake.
If it is of great value, I shall have to take more care.
Well, I would require my proper tools for a definitive valuation, but I would say you should take very great care indeed. It is rare to see stones this fine.
Oh, look how nice her painting is. That's beautiful.
I declare, that's rather good.
I am skilled at more than simply standing naked. Mr.
Bridgerton.
She's
I do not doubt it.
Obviously
And perhaps inform the academy.
not a student.
Although two of the founding members are women, we are still not yet allowed to enter the classroom. At least not while we're clothed.
So, you work as a model as a way of learning from the lectures. Ingenious.
Care to take a turn?
Mm-hmm. That is
It is harder
ingenious.
than it looks.
That's why get naked for her. Strip down.
Nobody would blame you if you were to take sick, Mama, and send apologies for missing the dinner tonight.
Lady Danbury has made it quite clear that it is necessary for all of us to attend.
Ooh, that's gonna be a dinner of the
When was
season.
the last time you saw them?
The night your dear father asked for my hand in marriage, I believe. From the very first moment, your father and I were drawn together. It is a very powerful thing to meet someone and feel that you know them. in a way unlike any other.
And of course, you must be our guests at the Sheffield Manor. It is nothing compared to the estates at Aubrey Hall, to be sure, but I think it a most pretty part of Hertfordshire. Her Majesty is kind to be so forgiving after everything that has happened, even after our daughter so callously rejected the match we had found for her. And no less. Not that she should care. She simply sailed away from all of us with that man, robbing us of our grandchild.
Grandchildren.
That's right.
I have 2 daughters with whom you have had every opportunity to form a connection. But the choice to shun us was yours alone.
I beg you.
And do not think I took it lightly, being cast out by the only family I had ever known. I was heartbroken indeed. But in time I came to see that in your cruelty, you did us all a great service.
Well, you are a fine one to talk. You speak of scorning riches, and yet you have come crawling back to snatch at our fortune.
Lady Danbury is right. Perhaps nothing from you.
Oh, you may not, but your daughter certainly does. I see this one has inherited your penchant for avoiding the truth. Or maybe that's something she inherited from her father.
That is enough. I can only think that you have been exiled from good society because of your deficient manners rather than for any other sin. Since the moment you arrived, you have failed to show the proper respect for the Sharma family, and I will not stand for it. I will not. And since you clearly do not wish to jeopardize your social standing by associating with such company, I suggest you do not. You may leave at once.
You cannot be serious.
Please be so kind as to send for Lord and Lady Sheffield's carriage. They can wait outside.
Woo!
Lord Bridgerton, I beg a word.
We must be going.
Please. You must know Edwina is innocent in all of this. She had no idea. Coming to England, finding her match, I only wished for the best for her. You cannot be angry at her.
No, I'm not. It is clear she was as much in the dark as I was about your schemes. I take it there is to be no diary, now that the Sheffields have withdrawn their support, and it is best to call off this doomed engagement before it is the cause of any more strife.
So tell me, what has she done?
She has done nothing, it is you. You have made this match impossible.
But I am leaving for India.
And it is not far enough.
Oh.
Do you think that there is a corner of this earth that you could travel to far away enough to free me from this torment? You are the bane of my existence.
Hey!
And the object of all my desires. Night and day, I dream of you.
Ooh.
And when I'm do you even know all the ways a lady can be seduced?
Oof. Okay.
Things I could teach you.
Oof.
I did not ask for this. To be plagued by these feelings. Hiding from
The doors is open. People can walk around.
Driven to distraction every time you entered the room.
Ooh. Oh, ooh, that was hot.
I wed your sister. It will bind me and you together for eternity, and I will spend every day of my marriage wanting you, dreaming of you, dreading the day when my last thread of honor finally snaps. Is that the future that you want for us? For your sister?
I shall not be long.
I like them two together.
At this ungodly hour to offer more corrections of my writing.
It's the only time I could leave without being seen. And on the contrary, I've come to ask for your discernment.
Is that so?
Do not be so pleased. It is a rare occurrence that I doubt shall be repeated. I have questions about the writings in this pamphlet.
Well, the ideas can tax a fragile mind.
Or perhaps your means of communicating them leaves much to be desired.
Perhaps you have not seen enough of the world to make sense of them yet.
Oh, Pen. Look, you see, it's
Here with
just
your morning ride.
he knew she was gonna be on that ride though. He knew,
I could not sleep.
but he knew.
Long have I wrestled with it, but I see no other option. I will talk with Miss Edwina today and see my way to ending things. It is the only way to ensure that the two of us can be rid of this impossible situation.
You cannot. You cannot do that.
Miss
You
Sharma,
cannot break my sister's heart. She is all things good and true, a kinder soul you will never find. I will not be the cause of you losing your honor, any more than I can stand to see Edwina in pain. You once saw her as your perfect match. You will find your way to believing it again. You must keep your word. You must marry my sister. You must marry her as soon as you can, because this feeling that plagues us so, it will pass. It will become tenable. It will become bearable. And soon enough it will be as if we never felt it at all. Mere passion. It must, because it has to.
I shall see that the wedding shall take place as soon as possible.
And then her heart breaks. Oh, don't make me cry. Mm. So that was episode 5. Oh my god, I got so emotional towards the end, but I really want to cry on camera. I could just see their hearts like breaking, especially Kate's, because she's sacrificing her feelings for her sisters, and it's so sad. Oh my god. Oh gosh, to just see two people who are meant to be stay away from each other because of the circumstances, because, well, I mean, Anthony did pursue her. He didn't have to pursue her. That was his choice, because he wanted a perfect wife instead of just letting things be, you know, be natural, or just let it flow. I think if he let it flow and not pursued Edwina, they would not be in this predicament. And I would honestly say I think him and Kate would be married on this episode, but of course that's not what happened. I'm loving that Eloise is getting to experience other things and being a lady. I really like that boy for her. I don't know his name, but I really like him for her, because I think she knows that she can just be her witty, smart self with him, and he's very accepting. So I feel so bad, because I do see who marries who within the books, and it's not him, because he's not of status. So, you know, that's not going to be acceptable. And she would kind of be like, if she was to marry him, she would be like Mary Sharma, the mom, because she didn't marry anybody of status. She married a clerksman, and her parents, oh my god, her parents are disgusting, especially her mother. Like, you have not seen your daughter in pretty much 20 years, probably. Maybe a little bit more than 20 years, because we don't know how old Kate was when she married Kate's dad. But it's 20 years or more, and instead of saying, I miss my baby girl, I miss my daughter, I think we should just, you know, sweep this under the rug, just like resolve the issue. I have a granddaughter, even if she doesn't want to accept Kate. I have a granddaughter I want to get to know. I want to know what's been going on in my daughter's life. No. She's still pissed off that her daughter decided to marry out of love instead of status. I mean, nasty woman. And obviously the husband, I don't know what his deal is. He looks like he just goes with what the wife says. I was so happy that Anthony, you know, stuck up for them at the dinner table. I just felt so bad for them, especially Mary. It was disgusting. And I think when Mary finally stuck up for herself and kind of stuck up for Kate, you could see, like, I think Kate always kind of felt alone, maybe on outs, because Mary isn't really her mom. You know what I mean? And then you have, Mary was probably Edwina and the father, where their family, and most stepchildren usually kind of find themselves out of the circle. So I think when Mary stood up for her, I think she just felt really good at that time. You could really see it on her face and how much she does love Mary. This wedding that's coming up is going to be a shit show. A shit show. I'm sorry. That chemistry that Kate and Anthony have is just undeniable. When they were at the lake, I'm assuming that was a pond or a lake or whatever that was, and Kate went on a little ride with that gentleman. I don't remember his name. you could see how jealous Anthony was. He wasn't even listening to his mother or Edwina. He was just fixated on what Kate was doing. And of course, as always, you can see Miss Lady Bridgerton kind of peeping him and how disinterested it really is in Edwina. I'm not sure if she fully knows what's going on with him and Kate, but she definitely can tell that her son is not in it. But then again, he's always said he wasn't going to marry for love. So I don't know. I do appreciate though that she did say, listen, even though you can't set her aside, it's not going to be a good look on her end, on Edwina's end, because then maybe it'll stain her from other men marrying her, or other high importance men marrying her, but let her decide. It would be better off for her if she does it. But at first he wasn't listening, of course, and then he started to listen, and then towards the end he was gonna let her go, but Kate just said, please don't, because Edwina told her that she loved him. How? It's so noisy here, it's disgusting. Hold on. Airplane. Edwina tells Kate that she loves him, and I'm like, what? Come on now. No, you don't. You love the idea of him and maybe the things that's been going on, but you don't love him, girls. Just stop it. But you know what, though? When they was at the lake, oh my gosh, and when Kate was coming out and he presented himself to pick her, I mean, from right then and there, I'd have been like, what the hell is he doing? I mean, it's gentleman-like, but I don't know, me and my thoughts, I'd have been like, And then when he fell in the water with the guy, I knew the door was going to trip him up. I just knew it. I don't know why. I knew the door was going to trip him up. But when he fell into the pond, the lake, or whatever you want to call it, and they were both looking at him with his shirt wet, and then Kate says, oh, don't look at him. But then she was staring hard, and Edwina caught that. I know for a fact Edwina's in the back of her head like, am I missing something here? Something going on here? So whenever this secret comes out, I just can't wait till she says, I knew it, or I had a feeling, there's been something not right with you two, blah, 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 blah. I just can't wait for that. Can we talk about that scene though? When they was in the room and he was talking to her and he was saying all those words, and he was just like, I could show it many ways to a woman. Oh my God, that was so steamy. That was so steamy. Ooh, that was sexy. That's not reality, but oh my gosh, that was hot. Oh wow, their chemistry is on point. I'm sorry, Simone and Jonathan's chemistry is on point. I love those two. Before I even get into like Penelope, Lady Featherington, Portia, is just like, she is just entirely too much. She's conniving, she's doing little sneaky things, being conniving, and I don't think she realizes that she is the cause of all their downfall. She really is. If she would just let things be, she would not be in the predicament that she's in. And then she plays the victim like she's not doing anything and blames it on somebody else. Like, she is so frustrating to watch. Last season, I felt bad for her because, her husband has gambling addictions, and then he left them in this state. But I truly wonder, the things that she does cause him to gamble to try to find more money and put him into this gambling addiction and cause all this. I really wonder. She just does not let things be. It's crazy. I can't believe she's blaming him for their issues. Now, because I knew it. He's like, the jewel mines in the United States. I'm like, we don't have that here. I've never heard of that. So I'm glad that it was the jewels are fake. But now she's trying to get into the scheme so they can have money. This is all going to come out wrong. She's going to fall flat on her face. I have a feeling if it's not going to be in this season, it's probably going to be in next season, because she just does not know how to let things just flow. She just doesn't. It's crazy. Penelope, of course, not much really happened with Penelope. She had conversations or whatever with Colin. I guess Colin is in his in his moment, like we all have, like, what am I gonna do in my life? You know, he's having a little bit earlier. Usually people have that like in their 30s or like when they turn 30, because I know I did when I was 30. I was just like, what are you gonna do with your life? You don't like 9 to 5s. So that's why I started a business. But with him, he's gonna figure that out, whatever he's gonna do. Penelope, she's just carrying on, doing her thing with the lady from the Modiste. They're running their Lady Whistledown business in the Modiste. But she also figures out that, Eloise is up to something. I think she thought Eloise was probably still looking for Lady Whistledown, when in fact, Eloise is just finding a new world that she truly enjoys. When she went to that, I'm assuming it was like kind of like, it wasn't a rally, maybe a meeting about women's independence, and she just met a friend and she's just really enjoying herself. She saw Eloise with that guy chatting, but I still think in her mind she's trying to find Lady Whistledown, when in fact that's not what she wants. That's what she's not doing. She's just hanging out with that guy, enjoying her day. But that's really what happened in this episode. It was good. If you guys liked my reaction and recap, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up or share, whatever you want to do. Also, if you like my reactions and recaps, please subscribe. We have more to come. House of Dragon comes out tomorrow, and I'm so excited, you guys, because I want to react to it with you here. But my mom is a GOT fan as well, so it's like really hard to like, do I watch it with you guys first and then just fake it with her? I might do that. So anyway, I'm excited about that, so we'll be reacting to that and many more. But please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo.